Cancer, this one is personal. More personal than anything else you have heard before. Because self-love is not a concept you struggle to understand. You understand it perfectly. You can see it in other people. You can recommend it to friends, to children, to strangers who share their hearts with you in unexpected moments. You know what self-love looks like. You know what it sounds like. You can describe it in beautiful detail. The problem has never been understanding. The problem is believing that you deserve it too. That the same love you pour so generously into the lives of others is supposed to flow inward as well. Today we walk through 12 lessons in self-love that have the power to change your entire journey. Not because they are new, but because you are finally ready to hear them as if they were meant for you. Because they are. Lesson 1. The first self-love lesson is that your needs are not negotiable. They are not suggestions. They are not requests that can be tabled until a more convenient time. They are requirements for your well-being. As essential as air. As non-optional as breathing. And yet Cancer treats personal needs as if they are items on a wish list. Nice to have, pleasant to imagine, but ultimately secondary to the needs of everyone else. You need rest, but someone needs your help, so you stay awake. You need solitude, but someone needs your company, so you show up with a smile that costs you everything. You need honesty, but someone needs your diplomacy, so you swallow the truth and choke on it quietly. This pattern is not love. It is erasure. It is the slow, systematic disappearance of yourself from your own list of priorities. And the first lesson of self-love is placing yourself back on that list. Not at the bottom, not somewhere in the middle, but at the top. Because you cannot pour from emptiness. You cannot give what you do not have. And you cannot love anyone well if you are slowly starving yourself of the very things that keep you whole. Lesson 2. The second lesson is that you are allowed to take up space. Physical space. Emotional space. Conversational space. The space in a room, in a relationship, in a family. Cancer has a habit of shrinking. Of making yourself smaller so that others can be larger. Of dimming your light so that others can shine without competition. Of folding your needs into such a compact shape that they become invisible even to you. But you were not born to be invisible. You were not designed to live in the margins of your own life. You have opinions worth hearing, feelings worth expressing, desires worth pursuing, and a presence that changes the energy of every room you enter. Taking up space is not arrogance. It is the natural result of being a full, complex, deeply feeling human being. And the people who love you do not want you smaller. They want you whole. They want the real you, the one who laughs loudly and feels deeply and speaks her mind and takes the seat at the table instead of standing in the doorway waiting to be invited. This year, stop waiting for the invitation. The seat is yours. It has always been yours. Sit down. Lesson 3. The third self-love lesson is that your past does not determine your worth. Cancer lives with memories more vividly than most signs. The things that happened to you decades ago can feel as present as this morning's coffee. And when those memories are painful, when they involve failure, rejection, shame, or loss, they can create a narrative about your worth that is entirely false but feels absolutely true. You made a mistake 20 years ago and you still carry it as evidence that you are flawed. Someone rejected you and you filed that rejection under proof that you are not enough. A relationship ended, and you interpreted the ending as a verdict on your lovability. But your past is not a courtroom. The things that happened to you are not testimony against your character. They are simply things that happened. They do not define you any more than yesterday's weather defines today's sky. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the echo of your failures. You are the person who survived them all, learned from most of them, and is still here. Still trying, still growing, still capable of extraordinary love and breathtaking resilience. Let the past be the past. It has already taken enough from you. Lesson 4. The fourth lesson is that boundaries are the highest form of self-respect. Cancer sees boundaries as walls that separate people. And because connection is everything to you, the idea of building walls feels like building prisons. But boundaries are not walls. They are doors. They determine who gets in and under what conditions. They protect the sacred space of your inner world without cutting you off from the people you love. Without boundaries, Cancer becomes a dumping ground for other people's emotions, problems, and unprocessed pain. Without boundaries, you absorb everything, carry everything, feel responsible for everything, until the weight of other people's lives crushes the breath out of your own. Setting a boundary does not mean you love someone less. It means you love yourself enough to stop being consumed by the love you give to others. It means recognizing that your energy is finite, your patience has limits, and your heart, as vast as it is, cannot hold the entire world without breaking. This year, draw the lines you have been afraid to draw. Not in anger, not in punishment, but in love. Love for yourself. Love that says, I matter too. And that statement, Cancer, is not selfish. It is sacred. Lesson 5. The fifth self-love lesson is that rest is not earned. It is a right. Cancer operates under a hidden belief that rest must be justified. You must be productive enough, tired enough, depleted enough before you grant yourself permission to stop. You treat rest like a reward instead of a necessity. And so you push through exhaustion, power through depletion, keep going long after your body and mind are begging you to stop. Because somewhere deep in the programming of your soul, you believe that stopping without sufficient justification makes you lazy, weak, or unworthy. But rest is not something you earn through suffering. It is something you need to survive. It is as fundamental to your health as food, as essential as water, as non-negotiable as the air in your lungs. You do not need to justify breathing. You should not need to justify resting. This lesson asks you to change the way you think about stopping. To see rest not as surrender but as strategy. Not as giving up but as recharging. Not as the absence of productivity but as the presence of wisdom. Because a Cancer who rests is not less valuable than a Cancer who does not. A Cancer who rests is preparing to be extraordinary. And the world can wait while you do. Lesson 6. The sixth lesson is that comparison is the thief of your peace. Cancer compares quietly. You do not broadcast your insecurities or announce your jealousies. But inside, in the private theater of your mind, you measure yourself against others constantly. You look at someone else's relationship and wonder why yours does not look like that. You see someone else's confidence and wonder where yours went. You observe someone else's life from the outside and construct an entire narrative about how they have it figured out while you are still struggling. But comparison is a rigged game. You are comparing your inside to someone else's outside. Your unfiltered, unedited, full-spectrum experience against their curated, polished, carefully presented surface. And of course you come up short. Everyone does. Because the inside is always messier, harder, and more complicated than the outside. The person you are comparing yourself to is fighting battles you cannot see, carrying wounds you know nothing about, and looking at someone else, possibly even you, and wondering why they cannot seem to measure up. Let the comparison go. You are not behind. You are not less than. You are on your own path, moving at your own pace, learning your own lessons in your own time. And that path is exactly right for you. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Lesson 7. The seventh self-love lesson is that your feelings are valid, even when they are inconvenient. Cancer has been told in 1,000 different ways throughout a lifetime that your feelings are too much, too intense, too frequent, too complicated, too inconvenient for the people around you who prefer a simpler emotional landscape. And over time that message has seeped into your bones. You have started to believe it. You have started to apologize for your feelings before you even finish expressing them. You preface your emotions with disclaimers. I know this is silly, but I know I am overreacting, but I know this should not bother me, but stop prefacing. Stop apologizing. Stop diminishing the validity of your emotional experience to make it more palatable for people who lack the depth to understand it. Your feelings are not silly. They are signals. Your reactions are not overreactions. They are proportional to the sensitivity of your instrument, and your instrument is finely tuned. The people who tell you that you feel too much are people who feel too little, and their limitations should never become your standards. This year, honor every feeling that moves through you. Do not rank them. Do not judge them. Do not sort them into categories of acceptable and unacceptable. Feel them fully. Express them honestly. And trust that the people who belong in your life will meet your emotional depth with appreciation, not exhaustion. Lesson 8. The eighth lesson is that you do not owe anyone an explanation for choosing yourself. When Cancer makes a choice that prioritizes personal well-being over someone else's comfort, the guilt arrives immediately. And right behind the guilt comes the compulsion to explain, to justify, to present a case for why your needs mattered enough to be honored over someone else's expectations. You turn self-care into a courtroom proceeding, gathering evidence, building arguments, preparing for cross-examination from people who may never even ask why. But you do not owe anyone a defense brief for taking care of yourself. You do not need to explain why you need rest. You do not need to justify why you said no. You do not need to present a 5-point argument for why you deserve to be treated with respect. The decision to choose yourself is not a verdict that requires a written opinion. It is a right that requires no defense at all. And the people who demand explanations for your self-care are the very people whose expectations you need to stop managing. Let them wonder. Let them be confused. Let them adjust to a version of you that puts herself first without apology. They will either adapt or they will reveal that their love was conditional on your self-sacrifice. Either way, you will have your answer. Lesson 9. The 9th self-love lesson is that healing is not linear, and that is perfectly fine. Cancer expects healing to follow a trajectory. You expect that once you process a wound, it stays processed. Once you forgive someone, the forgiveness holds forever. Once you move past a painful experience, it stays in the past where it belongs. But healing does not work that way. Healing spirals, circles back. It revisits old ground just when you thought you were finished with it. And for Cancer, this spiraling can feel like failure. Like all the work you did was for nothing. Like the tears you shed last year were wasted because here you are, crying about the same thing again. But returning to an old wound does not mean you have not healed. It means you are healing at a deeper layer. The first time through, you addressed the surface. The second time, you reached the root. The third time, you touched the original seed. Each visit goes deeper, not further back. And each layer of healing brings you closer to the kind of wholeness that does not just patch the wound but transforms the scar into strength. Give yourself permission to spiral. Give yourself grace when the old pain returns. And trust that the fact that it feels different this time, even if it is the same wound, means you are not where you were before. You are further along than you think. Lesson 10. The 10th lesson is that asking for help is an act of courage, not a confession of weakness. Cancer prides herself on being the one others come to for help. You are the shoulder. You are the shelter. You are the first one called and the last one to leave. And within that identity lives a dangerous assumption that needing help yourself somehow diminishes the help you give to others. That being the helper and needing help are mutually exclusive identities. That admitting you cannot carry everything alone will shatter the image others have of you as unbreakable. But you are not unbreakable. You never were. You are remarkably resilient, deeply strong, and more capable than most people will ever know. But you are also human. And humans were not designed to function in isolation. You were designed for interdependence, for the beautiful, messy exchange of support that flows between people who trust each other enough to be vulnerable. Asking for help is not failure. It is the recognition that you are worth receiving the same care you give so freely. It is the trust that the people in your life want to reciprocate, if only you would let them. And it is the bravest thing Cancer can do, because it requires laying down the armor of self-sufficiency and admitting, out loud, that you cannot do this alone. You were never supposed to. Lesson 11. The 11th self-love lesson is that your worth does not fluctuate based on how much you accomplish. Cancer measures worth through contribution. If you cooked dinner, you were useful. If you helped someone through a crisis, you proved your value. If you made someone smile, you earned your place for one more day. But on the days when you accomplish nothing, when you lie in bed staring at the ceiling, when you cancel every plan and cannot muster the energy to do anything for anyone, your worth does not decrease. Not by a single fraction. Your worth is not a stock that rises and falls with the market of your productivity. It is a constant, fixed, immovable, unchanged by what you do or do not do on any given day. You are not valuable because you are useful. You are valuable because you exist. Because the particular combination of qualities that makes you who you are has never existed before and will never exist again. Because the world with you in it is different from the world without you in it. And that difference matters regardless of whether you spent the day saving lives or watching clouds. This is perhaps the hardest lesson for Cancer to internalize because your entire identity has been built around doing for others. But your identity is not your doing. Your identity is your being. And your being is magnificent whether you accomplish 1,000 tasks or none at all. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Lesson 12. The 12th and final self-love lesson is the one that holds all the others together. You deserve the love you keep giving away. Read that again. Slowly. Let it settle into the places where doubt has been living. You deserve the love you keep giving away. Not a diminished version of it. Not the leftover scraps after everyone else has been served. The same full, generous, unconditional, patient, devoted, showing up at 3 in the morning, remembering every detail, never giving up love that you have poured into every person who has ever been lucky enough to be loved by you. That love in that exact measure with that exact intensity. You deserve to receive it. From others, yes, but more importantly from yourself. Because you have spent your entire life being the greatest love other people have ever known, while simultaneously being the most neglected love in your own life. You fed everyone and forgot to eat. You held everyone and forgot to be held. You listened to everyone and forgot to speak. And the saddest part is that you did not even realize it was happening because it felt normal. Felt like who you were. But it was never who you were. It was who you became when you decided somewhere long ago that your love was meant for export only. That it was designed to flow outward but never inward. That the factory could keep producing without ever receiving raw materials in return. But the factory is tired now. The factory has been running on empty for longer than it should have been. And the 12th lesson of self-love, the final and most important one, is that it is time to turn the love around. To point it inward. To give yourself the tenderness you give to strangers, the patience you give to children, the forgiveness you give to friends. To look in the mirror and see not the flaws and the failures and the years and the where, but the miracle, the absolute undeniable miracle of a person who felt everything, survived everything, loved through everything, and is still here, still standing, still capable of the kind of love that changes the world one person at a time, starting with yourself. And here we are. 12 lessons in self-love that were really just one lesson told 12 different ways. You matter. Your needs matter. Your feelings matter. Your rest matters. Your space matters. Your voice matters. Your healing matters. Your joy matters. You matter. Not because of what you do. Not because of who you care for. Not because of the roles you play or the masks you wear or the sacrifices you make. You matter because you are you. And there is no one else on this earth who can be you the way you can. No one who can love the way you love. No one who can feel the way you feel. No one who can hold the world the way you hold it, with that impossible combination of strength and softness that is uniquely, irreplaceably Cancer. These 12 lessons are not destinations. They are practices. Daily, imperfect, sometimes messy practices that you return to again and again and again. And each time you return, you get a little closer to the person you were always meant to be. The person who loves others not from depletion but from overflow. You have 2 options after this video. Close it and hope things shift. Or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.